Should I reduce my prices? Let's talk about that. Hi, it's Pam from Ben McFuzzylugs here with my regular Monday video for Etsy tips for all you artists and crafters looking to increase your shop on Etsy. It's such a common question. Everyone who starts out at some point asks, should I lower my prices? Will I get more traffic if I just lower them for a little bit to like start up a customer base and then increase them again? Are my prices too high? Everyone wants to know about prices. Now I'm going to have a video soon about how to price your work, but for just now let's talk about should you lower your prices? And in general the answer is no. Okay, so let's go into that in a little bit more detail. So the first thing is, so if you've checked the market and you're sure that your prices are fair compared to other people's, and this is with you being really honest with yourself about the quality of your work compared to other people's. I won't lie, to start with, when I started making my little felt sculptures, I looked and I saw some people were selling sculptures for £200-300 and I thought, I'm gonna be a millionaire. I just wasn't honest with myself though. These people made fantastic work that was really detailed, took weeks and weeks and weeks to make, and they totally deserve that amount of money. My work wasn't that good. So at that point I did have to reduce my prices. I was being unrealistic. I never had them up at several £100s, but you've got to be realistic and say, okay, there's needle felters that do hyper realistic, fantastic large sculptures and they can command a high price, and there's people like me who I hope my work's reasonably good, but it's not at that level. So the price I command is a fair price for the amount of work I put in. So if you're confident that your prices are fair, then most of the time your problem is going to be the amount of traffic that's coming to your shop. It's going to be that people can't see you rather than your prices are too high. Way back when, in the beginning of Etsy, for those of you that have been around a while, you'll remember that there used to be the front page on Etsy, and this was really cool. It was everybody who visited Etsy, all new people, all saw the same front page, and it had a treasury on it. I think maybe twice a day it changed, or every day it changed, but it had maybe 12 different items on the front page that stayed there for a fair amount of time. And that was the teller for me. I was lucky enough a couple of times to get onto that front page, and items that hadn't been selling great, when they got on that front page and they were seen, they sold. I couldn't list them quick enough. So that just told me that my prices were fine when I was seen. So what I had to do was work on being seen. And that's true for most people. If you look at the shops that people are saying, should I reduce my prices? So look at their shop, and in general they don't have a lot of views on an item. It's difficult to know what a lot of views is because your views per sale kind of ratio is going to be different for all different shops. If you're selling a massive beautiful item that costs about £2,000, then it totally makes sense that a lot of people are going to have to look at that before they buy. Whereas maybe if you're selling a badge for 25p or something, then that's a bit more of an impulse buy. Maybe 1 in 10 people who look at your badge are going to buy it because it's not a massive outlay, whereas your £2,000 sculpture or piece of art, thousands of people are going to have to look at, come back again, look at, and really think about it. Again, that's just an average though. I've had one of the most expensive items in my shop. I put it up thinking it wouldn't sell, and it sold within hours of me listing it. So that's just an average, but you'll get used to an average almost number of views per sale. So probably for a reasonable artistic or crafty type shop, we're looking at somewhere between 200 to 1,000 views per sale. Now, I know people are going to come in the comments and say, oh, my average is 10 or something, but I would say it's a fair average with the people I've been working with and the people I've been talking to, that somewhere between 2,000 it's a reasonable average between the people that I've been talking to, that somewhere between 200 and 1,000 views per sale. So you've got to look at it and think, if you're only making 50 views a week, then it's unlikely that you're going to be selling 3, 4, 5 things every single week. Dropping your prices is unlikely to get more buyers. What you need to do is increase your views. And I'll have videos later on how to increase your views, great ways to drive traffic to your shop. But just look at, obviously the most important thing is your search engine optimization to get found. And I'll link back to my videos about that. Also think about your photography. Can you improve how you display your items? Think about your social media, pushing links to your shop from lots of other places as well. Get a bit of momentum into your shop. And get some more items in your shop. The more you have, that's the more chance of people being able to find you. And I know it can be hard to build up a big inventory in your shop. I really struggled with that. But just think of creative ways. Can you make things smaller and quicker? Can you list things that you've already sold as examples of custom work? Can you list variations in different colours as separate listings? Anything to boost the number of listings in your shop. So if you're looking at all your statistics, if you're driving a lot of views, you're getting a lot of hearts, you're getting shared on Pinterest by tons of people, you're getting traffic coming in from blogs that are totally unrelated to you, you're getting a lot of excitement about your product, but you're just not getting sales, and you're realistic about how many sales your shop can actually carry. Fine art stores and craft stores and things, some people do sell hundreds of items a week, but most of us are looking at 3 to 10 items a week, depending on how long it takes to make and the prices and everything as well. But if you're complaining that you're not getting enough sales and you're averaging about 5 sales a week in the middle of the summer, maybe your expectations are a bit unrealistic. One thing that's rather strange about selling is you might find if you drop your prices, you actually get less sales. This sounds totally crazy, but if you don't value your work, then people are going to think it's cheap. Strangely enough, if you slightly increase your prices, you might drive more sales because people associate that with more quality. So don't be doing a race to the bottom. I mean, the simple thing, I looked at it as, I went to a craft fair many years ago and I wasn't confident about my work. So I took along some sculptures and I priced them at around £5 each. This was items that would taken me maybe about 5 hours to make, so I was going to be earning £1 for that item, not even including the time it was taken at the craft fair. And I had some woman came up and she picked up my item, screwed up her nose, looked at it and dropped it and said, £5 for a toy? And I just had a flash in my head there and then. I didn't want her to have that. I could have maybe reduced it and sold it to her. I didn't want her to own that because she wouldn't have cherished it. The way she dropped, if she bought it, it would just be dropped in a corner. It would be chewed up by the dog within a week. I spent many hours on that piece of work. I want a person that buys it to put it up on the top shelf and treasure it and love it a bit. That's my time. So if it does mean that I have slightly less sales, but I know my work is going somewhere that it'll be treasured, I'm good with that. So one time it can be reasonably beneficial to drop your prices, or rather have a sale, is if you have a huge following on social media, if you have a nice active support on your say your Facebook fan page, and you've been getting steady sales from all over the place, but you just need a boost. I won't lie, I needed to do this one time. My car needed tyres. So you can even be honest about it. Put on your social media and this is a reward for all your followers and everything. Just have a special sale code for them that's on the Facebook page. Put that up, shout in big letters, say this is only happening for a week or 2 weeks. You're doing massive discounts because your car needs tyres. And people will get excited about that. I found people shared, people bought in vast numbers and everything. No, well, vast numbers. People bought in big enough numbers that it made a nice difference. But it was only worth doing that once I was up, you know, with a nice high amount of people following me on Facebook. If you only have a few people, it's really not worth the effort. You're not going to get any sales. So in general, should you cut your prices? Probably not. Should you have a sale? Probably not. Okay, I hope that's helped a little bit. Come back next Monday and I'll have some more tips for you. Also remember Thursdays I have my needle felting tutorials if you're interested in that, and I also have dog training videos going on as well. So please subscribe, and if you would like, come back for the next video.